Welcome, a warm welcome to Mood Boosters. If you are looking for ways to manage your stress and emotions, to combat feelings of anxiety and depression, well, you've reached the right channel, because in this channel I share with you many tips on how to overcome these challenges that, let's face it, many of us experience in life. So without further ado, let's get to it in this video. Toxic people. So I have for you 7 toxic people to avoid. So the first one, number 1, toxic people that drain your energy. Have you ever been around someone and you just feel down or you feel low? And you can't put your finger on it, but your energy just feels dampened because you're around this person. It could be that even if this person that you're around doesn't give you a clear indication of being toxic, it could be that your intuition is telling you different. Perhaps you are not aligned with this person. Maybe they compromise your values, the way you see the world, and so on and so forth. And this can really impact how we behave around these type of people. You might find that you are not acting in a way that's authentic to who you truly are. And I am always an advocate of being who you are no matter what, as long as you're not offending anyone on purpose, but you're living in your truth. And if you can't live in your truth around people, regardless of whether they're treating you wrong or right, that is a person who is toxic for your life, because there is a mismatch there. So just to be clear, I don't mean to say that everyone who doesn't fit your life and the way you see things is toxic, but what I am saying is that people who stifle your authenticity, who you feel you can't be yourself around, or you can't truly be who you are, that's the type of person I'm talking about that can be toxic to your life and how you thrive and show up in this world. The second toxic person that I strongly recommend you avoid is toxic people who hold you back from pursuing things and your future. So let's say you have a vision for yourself and your life, which, we all should really have, I believe. Doesn't matter how big or small that is. If someone is holding you back, who is the naysayer, who says that you can't achieve certain things or that your future is not bright, they don't believe in what your capabilities are, really look at this type of person as someone who is toxic, because they are not giving you that encouragement that we all need in this life to go out there and thrive in this world. Now, there's something different between constructive criticism and feedback and just someone who just wants you to remain the same as who you are. Someone who doesn't want you to progress in life because it threatens them in some way. It sparks a sense of fear that if you progress and go on in your future, that they will be left behind. So you really have to manage your time. If this type of person is in your life that you perhaps feel you can't share your visions with in your future, if they're getting in the way of your future, you have to put them aside or step away from them so that you can walk forward. So the third type of toxic person to watch out for and to avoid is someone who dampens your potential. Now, this kind of links with the third one, and for example, for the second one, I mean. So someone who really, let's say you have certain things you want to do. They say, they're naysayers. They think that you can't achieve it, you can't do it, okay? Or they make you believe that you're less than who you are. Okay, so they want to put you in a box, and this type of person, again, it sparks from fear that if you recognize your own potential, that perhaps you don't need them in your life, or that they can see something in you that you can't see for yourself, and this is what they fear, that you will recognize your own greatness. Okay, so the fourth person, toxic type of person that you must avoid at all costs is someone who compromises your worth. Let me say that again. Someone who compromises your worth. If you feel that when you're around this person, you need to lower your standards, whatever those standards may be that you have for yourself. And I implore you to have standards for yourself in your life. If you're around someone who really compromises on those standards and makes you who questions your worth and makes you believe that you are punching above your weight on your own standards and worth, that is the type of person you must avoid at all costs, because then if you're around that type of person, you'll start to devalue yourself and see yourself as less than. And that can only be a bad thing. So always surround yourself with people who bring you up, who remind you that you are a great person. And yes, we are all flawed human beings. No one is perfect, and we can all grow and improve on ourselves, of course. But you want to be around positive people who will push you to get to that next level, wherever it is you want to go. Whether it's in terms of your self-esteem, your mindset, your self-worth, okay? So please avoid that type of person. The fifth toxic type of person to avoid is someone who's unsupportive of your dreams. This is a big one, okay? Someone who doesn't support your dreams, who doesn't see the value in, your aspirations, is going to be like an anchor to your ship, so to speak, okay? It's going to hold you down and keep you there, and this will impact your happiness, because for many of us, we all have dreams of some sort, doesn't matter how big or small. But if someone can't at least respect that you have your own ambitions for yourself and your life, or that you have aspirations for yourself, whatever that may be, if they don't respect that, they don't respect you. And so you have to really think about, okay, this person doesn't support my dreams. And you find that a lot of young people, especially with families or parents who might be unsupportive of their vision, you'll find that they end up being in unfulfilling jobs, living unfulfilling lives, okay, or not being truly, fully the living in their true essence of who they are, okay. And so in reality, this really impacts our society, because if we are just going against the grain of, if we're going with the grain of what people expect of us, rather than living out our dreams, okay, this would be damaging to our self-esteem, our self-worth, and our internal happiness. So choose your dream, okay, and don't let anyone steer you away from that. And if they do, they need to step aside. The sixth toxic type of person is someone who creates drama in your life. Someone who's always just making things difficult and challenging with no reward at the end. Someone who's making things challenging but in a negative way. They're not pushing you further, but they're actually creating more drama and chaos in your life. This person you must avoid at all costs, because it's always going to end badly, where you feel confused, emotionally drained, and with a lack of energy to aspire to do anything else. So really focus on avoiding. Notice when someone brings drama to your life. If there is no peace or no calmness, or this person brings out a drama in you, that is a clear sign that that type of person is not for you. Now, we are all responsible for our own emotional management. I totally agree with that. But at the same time, when people come with their baggage and their drama that impacts your life, your harmony, your homeostasis, okay, of your own being, that's when you need to close the door on that type of person. And lastly, but not least, number 7, the toxic person to avoid is someone who lacks boundaries. This is a huge one, in all types of relationships. Someone who really just lacks the boundaries, because if they don't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you. Now, there's one thing to say that, well, this person's pushing my boundaries, and if you hadn't set those boundaries, then that is very different, because if we don't set boundaries clearly, people are unknowingly disrespecting us. And so it is our responsibility, it is our job to recognize and really establish firm boundaries, what is and what is not acceptable. Boundaries is exclusive, or boundaries links with self-love, okay, self-respect. When you have boundaries for yourself, parameters around you, that is when you can interact with the world at a safe distance, okay? It is only when we lack boundaries that people come into our lives and just walk around in their muddy boots all over the carpet of our lives. So it is our responsibility. But when you set those clear boundaries and someone repeatedly breaks that or tries to overstep your boundaries, that is a massive red flag, because that shows they don't respect you, they don't respect what you say, and they don't respect the fact that you are an individual who has your own intentions for yourself and your life. They see their own actions as, overstepping your boundaries is a given, as this, it's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal, because when someone disrespects you and goes beyond certain boundaries you've set, this only shows us that the person we're dealing with here has no regard for others and the parameters that they set in their life. So those are the 7 types of toxic people you must avoid at all costs to live a peaceful, happy, and fulfilling life. You might find that after this list that I've shared with you, maybe there are many toxic people in your life. Hell, better yet, maybe you recognize that you are one of those toxic people. Now, I must admit that we are all a work in progress, right? Nobody is perfect. So, take this video as a sign of really taking stock of who's in your life, who is affecting or impacting your life in a positive versus negative way, and attract and subtract those who are toxic in your life, and you will be thanking me later for it. You might find that you may need to get rid of more people than you had thought, or keep people at a distance more than you thought, okay? And yes, it might be painful depending on certain relationships you may have with others, but it is very much necessary in order for us to respect ourselves and to live happily and healthily, with full of energy and maintaining our mood at its optimum. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, don't forget to smash the like button so that this message can reach more people who need it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Stay safe and well. Until next time, bye.